So in this video we're going to learn how to macro lockpicking. So from 0 to 95, you don't actually need to be in this dungeon here. This is only from 95 to 100, but we're just going to be here for the video so I don't have to run around in it. But for you, 0 to 95, just do it in town near an NPC so that if someone tries to rob you or kill you, the NPC will call guards and kill them. And also, just don't do it in your house because you're going to get that negative bonus if you're doing it in your house. So the big things for this one is you're going to need these Tinker crafted locked boxes. So from 0 to 40, you're going to want to train it from the Thief NPC in Britain. From 40 to 50, you're going to use an Expertly Locked Box. From 50 to 70, you're going to use an Adeptly Locked Box. And from 70 to 95, you're going to be using this Cleverly Locked Box. Now keep in mind, you're also going to need these lock repair kits. So the same level. So for example, this is a Cleverly Locked Box, and I'm going to need to use a clever lock repair kit for it. For when you first buy the box, it's going to break very fast. For example, this one actually broke in a single time I tried to pick it. But after you actually use these lock repair kits, they last a lot longer so that you can AFK. But just remember that this isn't going to work for 8 hours. You're probably only going to get about 2 hours max before the box breaks, and then you'll need to repair it. Not a big deal. This is actually a very quick skill to level. So, like as you can see here, since my box is broken, if I try to use a lockpick on it, it'll say this lock on that is broken and cannot be picked. So all you really need to do at this point is double click the box, and it's going to repair it. It's going to put a new key in the box, which you're going to have to update your macro. But after this, your box is going to last a lot longer. So, that being said, we can open up our macro key here. And I'm going to open up this first one that I've pre-made. So the first thing you're going to want to do is drag that key onto the hotbar like that. Give it a sleep of the minimum time. And then to target last. So just remember to at least click your box once. And that's going to lock that last target onto it. So now the target last is there. You can do another sleep. What this is going to do is this is going to lock the box. And then we're going to try to pick it. So drag your lock picks onto the lockbox or the macro here. Do another target last. And this one you're going to want to sleep for about 5 milliseconds or 5,000 milliseconds or 5 seconds because that's generally the time it takes for the lockpicking action to happen. And then after that, just loop it. And then you can save. And as simple as that. So now when I use this macro here, it's going to lock the box. And it's going to pick it. And it's going to loop it. Lock the box again. And pick it. Now you might fail to pick the box, and that's going to temporarily screw the macro up. See, now it's going to unlock it, and it's not going to work for a round. But over time, this will work quite well. This is a very fast skill. It used to be very hard, but it's quite easy now. So with that in mind, once you're 95, you're going to not be able to use these lock boxes anymore. And there's only one place in the game right now where you can actually go from 95 to 100. And this is actually a very... This area is a very popular place for people to farm and also for PKs. So just be aware that you may die. You're probably going to die while you're doing this. And just keep coming at it and eventually you'll get to 100. Just make sure you only have like basically lockpicks on you and maybe have stealth on it. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be lockpicking this metal door here. Now the re-lock time on it is quite long. So this 95 to 100 journey is going to be a lot slower than the other things, but you can macro it. Just keep in mind that you don't really need to have GM lockpicking, but if you want to, then this is the only way that you're really going to be able to macro it. The only thing you can really do with GM lockpicking is pick player boxes in their own bags. So it's not really that useful. You can pick all the chests in the game with 95 lockpicking. So if all you're doing is trying to make a dungeon thief, dungeon lockpicker, just stop at 95 and save yourself the hassle. However, if you really want to get to GM and you don't want to do it manually by picking devious chests, this is the way to macro it. So you have your door here. It locks, I'm not really even sure the lock time, but it's pretty long. It's more than 10 minutes between relocks. So right now I have unlocked it to get in here and it's not going to work. But when it is locked, it'll just say locked on it. So we can start up our macro like this. It's a lot easier now. We can just do the lockpick, sleep, target last, sleep 5,000, and loop. Put that on your bag or hotbar there. Make sure you just click the door once so that your target last is actually there. And you can see it doesn't appear to be locked. But then you can just set the macro like this. It doesn't appear to be locked. It's trying to lockpick the door. Try again. And once it actually resets to be locked, you'll pick the door. You'll get that chance of skill gain. And if you're lucky, no PKs or anyone comes, you'll probably get GM in, I'm not even sure, but quite a long time. But if you don't actually get PK'd or someone reveals you, it won't actually take that long. So this is just a matter of, are you lucky or not? However, that is how you get GM lockpicking.